It's that time of year when it's colder in here than it is outside. I think it's 40 degrees in here and 60 outside. So right away, I'm gonna get the fire going and get the place warmed up. Remind me, we need to split more small kindling too this week. We have some, but we definitely could use more. Luckily, we still have a couple fire starters from last winter to help get everything going. The last time we were all together, I was talking about how the leaves were just starting to change colors. And now, they're almost all off the trees. Well, welcome to my off-grid cabin. For those of you who are new to the channel, what this is all about, turning a Amish-made shed into a tiny home slash off-grid cabin slash weekend homestead. In this episode, we are prepping for deer season. And we have some work still to do. We want to double check all of the stands and maybe trim a few trees or branches for shooting lanes, plus just a couple more end of season chores around camp. There's always lots of work to do, so we better get after it. As you can see, the woods are really wet right now. It just got done raining, but we're not going to let that stop us. So first on the agenda, I want to get that garlic in the ground because that is probably about 2 weeks later than I should have, but luckily the temperature has been pretty warm, so we should be okay. As you can see, the wood smoke is pouring out of the wood stove, so that means the fire's still going. Hopefully it'll be nice and toasty by the time we get back. And the rain is back. Something's been digging around in the blueberries. It's all dug up. Luckily the roots aren't pulled up or anything. Probably a squirrel or whatnot. I think I need a compost pile. I'll just throw everything to the side for right now. Well, I ordered up some garlic online from a company called Dragonfly Bay. Dragonfly Bay. It's it's a Minnesota company, and I think they have some farms down in the cities, but then also up by Walker. This is actually culinary garlic, which means the bulbs are a little smaller than the stuff they sell for planting, but they were out of planting garlic for the year just because it's so late and I'm a little bit behind. But it really doesn't matter. They said that their culinary stuff can be planted as well, so no worries there. Man, the ravens sure are vocal. Can hear a loon in the background too. Hopefully the garlic grows. I've never tried to grow garlic before, and every summer and spring I wish I had put it in the year before, so finally we're gonna do it. River's pretty fascinated with this garlic. He liked the smell of it for some reason, which is kind of weird. I wouldn't think he would, but yeah, I'm gonna get this covered up, and then we're gonna call this bed done for the season. I hope so. Is there garlic in there, huh? You goofball. What's Papa doing, huh? What Papa doing in here? No, flee. Joe, move your beak. Move your beak out of the way. Some of you may wonder like, hey, why don't you just leave the plants in here and let them compost? Well, just because, you know, if they had any sort of mites or bugs or anything, I just don't want them to overwinter in here and then have the bugs keep growing in the spring and whatnot. So we'll just throw a mound of leaves on here, let them compost over the winter, and call that good. Deer like to eat the blueberries in the winter. That's why I like to put a little fence around them. Then I can mound the leaves up and a little bit more protected. This is where I had the blind last year, and I never saw a deer, so not sure why I'm going back here, but I know there's trails that come through this draw, so I don't know, maybe it's just we'll give it a chance, and if it doesn't fly, well, we can always do something else. Well, we got the blind set up. Hopefully it was worth our effort. And Hunter's stand is up there on the ridge, so we better go take a look at that. So there's a trail that crosses there's a little creek in there, and the deer will come off that ridge across the creek and then up the hill here, or they will cross down in there. There's another trail. So for the most part, I think our shooting lanes look pretty good. We'll maybe just trim up a couple things and call her good. This is always a windy stand. You can probably hear the wind going. The trails are not very well used this year, so I'm wondering where they're coming through, if they've changed. I wonder if it's deeper in the woods there, because I didn't see anything super great by the hunting blind either. So maybe we'll take a walk into the woods here and see if maybe they're coming up this hill between here and the road. Here to start the mower up, and you can see mouse is in the engine. Wonder what he's been eating. Wires, gas lines, you know, all the important stuff, I'm sure. I think we're gonna make a mouse bucket after this, but I thought I'd try to get this moved. Get things cleaned up a little bit around here. Why did I think that would start? Use the choke would be good, I guess. That thing is a disaster. I said it's a disaster. Yeah. The transmission's going out, so reverse is 50-50. The starter is out, so I got to jump it, like you just saw. The lever that controls the blades to activate the blades, well, that's not working anymore, so I need a new one of those. God knows what else is wrong with this thing. But oh my gosh, when I started it up, it smelled like mouse pee so bad. But, all right. You know, I've been thinking about making a lean-to off of this shed just to put like the mower and whatnot in. So that's going to be a project on the list of things to do. Maybe this winter, when I'm retired, maybe it'd be a project then, huh? Should take this hump out while I'm thinking about it. So I tried freehanding these slabs of wood. I didn't really care how rough they were. I definitely was going for function rather than beauty in this particular scenario. Get these nailed up. I just sawed up quick, a couple of them, and they're pretty rough, no doubt. But hope somebody's shooting grouse and not deer, since deer doesn't open until next weekend. All right, one more. So I'll get to use some more of these pallet nails. You hear that humming in the background? I got the generator going. Charging up some stuff. Now that the days are getting so short, the batteries aren't keeping up if I have a busy day of stuff, so I got a lot more to go, but that's a start. At least I'm using up some of the junk wood laying around. Good morning. It's supposed to be cloudy today, but so far it looks pretty nice. Can you say hi to everybody, River? I'm gonna try to get through one more slab before I sharpen the chain. When they're this big, it won't take very many. I had to stop for a minute and show you the green in this aspen. Isn't that cool? Must have been 2 branches or something that came out, but yeah, that's pretty sweet. I might have to do something with that board. I don't know what I would do, but we've got 3 nice boards. Probably can get 2 more out of this log and then we'll move on. All right, we'll put this one up. Just charging up my little Blue Eddy. This beautiful sun today. Might as well put it to use. Looks like I'm taking about 140 watts in on a 200 watt panel, but we're, you know, last week in October, so I'm sure I could probably play with the angle a little bit and get that a little bit better, but I don't know, free energy. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Maybe we'll do 1 inch. We can always mix it up if we want. Well, I've done all I want to do on this today. I've noticed that my cut is starting to get unlevel again. So what I'm probably going to have to do is turn the log over and start from the other side. And if I keep going, it's just going to, it's higher in this corner. So it's level down there, but as I come to this end, I get a little bit of a twist in it. So I think I'm going to flip it over, do it from the other side. If I just continue cutting, it's just going to get more twisted. And that's the problem that I had with the bar top. And that's why it doesn't lay completely flat. So this is just sawdust from that oak that I just slabbed up. One thing about blueberries is they need acidic soil. So up here, of course, the soil is acidic and blueberries do just fine. But I just want to make sure that I don't put too much compost in here that's not acidic and mess up the pH. Now this will be a lot of carbon, so in the spring I'll have to make sure that I add some green or some sort of nitrogen just to balance out all the sawdust. Some of the other sawdust I'm going to use in these beds, but if I have leftovers, probably put a bucket in the outhouse. Man, we got so lucky these last few days. It has been so nice out. It literally feels like September and it's almost November. The next weekend is the opener for deer hunting. So I will probably be putting out quite a few videos in November. I didn't do a lot of video editing. I didn't do a lot of filming today just because I was doing like petty chores and nothing really very exciting. But right now we are on a mission to get some decorations for the wife. She wanted some little birch sticks. So anyway, we're gonna go to this logged over area and see if we can't find some birch that have been cut down that we can harvest. I always think this pond is such a neat little place. It's always so pretty in the woods in the morning. The way the trees are shadowed and sun shines through the dew on the grass. Oh, I was so happy the day I got to get the scaffolding out of here. I'm not excited to have it back in here, but this should be a quick job. Hopefully. I'll tell you what, the next time I have $100 laying around burning a hole in my pocket, I'm going to invest in one of those A-frame ladders just for changing light bulbs and fixing stuff on the roof. I still got to put the ceiling fan up in here. And I just hate scaffold is so convenient, but setting it up and taking it down in this small space is such a pain. This brings back bad memories. Ugh. All right, so the problem is, and admittedly, if I could do this differently, I would have. So the roof comes up to a peak, and then there's like a flat board every stud. So kind of like this, right? But it's only every stud. So in between the studs, there wasn't a real good place to nail the final tongue and groove in. So there's not as much support for the center as I would have liked to have had. And what I could do is I could go through and run screws into the studs instead of using like finish nails. And that would definitely help. But I did, for the lights, do that. So we have security, so we have support there. The problem is, this is all insulation up in here, and it's kind of falling down a little bit. But it is what it is. I don't know that I can really change a lot of it at this point. So we're kind of stuck with what we have. All right, well, that's not perfect, but it fixes the problem as much as I can for today. This winter, I will put a ceiling fan in here, and maybe I can put some more screws into the studs here, and that will suck that up a little bit tighter. But all right, that'll do it for now. Oh, and what you didn't see off camera was I went through and put a bunch more nails in. But I didn't figure you needed to listen to the bang, 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 so. I don't know if I've mentioned this in the other videos, but these bags that are hanging, I actually have herbs drying in there. So, speaking of herbs, it's probably time to cut down most of the herbs in the herb box. I'm actually a little bit surprised that I have anything left, just because I know there's been a hard frost, but I think what I'll do is take the majority of it, and if anything survives the next couple weeks of deer season, great. If not, well, then it's time to let go. I have to say I'm very impressed with how the herbs did. They really did well. I think we'll leave a little bit in here just for the next couple weeks during deer season. I know Hunter's going to be up with me, and maybe we'll do more cooking, so it would be nice to have some fresh herbs if they haven't been killed by frost quite yet. Well, I wanted to get some of these little yard piles cleaned up and burned, but we've had so much rain that everything is just soaked. Well, half of Minnesota is in a severe drought, and this is just from the last couple weeks. And there's a dead mouse in there. That's not cool. Gross. Well, my intent was to peel some of these logs and decide which ones we're going to get cut to firewood and which ones we're going to maybe get peeled and put as roof poles on the shed. But of course, you know, it's one more thing I didn't get done. Typical. So I at least want to put them up here just to get them off the ground. It could snow any day. I mean, it's pretty warm, but calendar-wise, we could get snow anytime, for sure within the next couple weeks. So I just don't want them on the wet ground and then not be able to get to them because they're covered in snow. So at least this way, they're going to remain dry for the most part, and if I want to peel them this winter, they'll be ready to go. Of course, I make the smokiest fire I possibly could, so now it's all blowing in my face. And I know I'm going to have to trim them, so I'm not too worried about it. So this is why I'm using it for this kind of scrap stuff, because I probably let this one sit a little too long and it's a little punky. And it isn't in the best shape. They call me lightning. I never hit twice in the same spot. Well, that looks crooked as heck, but that's okay. That's about as homemade as you get right there. But we don't care. Function, that's what's important. That is just a super quick video to introduce you to a portable air conditioner made by Bouge RV. Well guys, one of the last things I had to do today was do a quick video on this portable air conditioner. I just wanted to touch base with you real quick because the majority of you guys who come to this channel don't come here to watch product reviews. Now, there are some people who may be interested in certain products and they may find my reviews helpful in making a selection for which product would be best for them. But I understand that sometimes it can be frustrating when you tune into the channel to see what's going on up here at the cabin, and the video that I posted is about something that you have zero interest in. Well, I just wanted to ask for a little bit of patience and grace in this area. So I think that the video that I'm making right now on this portable air conditioner may be the last product review that I do. I don't want to say never because never say never. But the fact of the matter is, by doing product reviews, it gives me the opportunity to obtain products that I really think would be helpful not only for others, but especially for me in my situation with the off-grid cabin. Some of these products are very pricey and it's not necessarily something that would be in my budget, aside from the company giving me the product to do an honest review on it. So I really appreciate the support that you guys give me. I know that you get frustrated, and I just wanted to say this may be the last one I ever do, because at this point I feel like I've gotten all the products that I really, really want to try out. And to be honest, I get probably 2 to 5 offers for product reviews every single week. So you know how many I've turned down, because I think I've only maybe done 3 product reviews on this channel. One product the company sent me was a solar security camera that would upload wirelessly to your cell data. And the problem is up here at the off-grid cabin, I don't have strong enough cell service, so it didn't work. And there was a bunch of problems with the product. So I wrote the company back and I said, send me a label, I'm shipping it back to you. I can't recommend this to my viewers. So anyway, just so you know, if I say I like a product, it's because I really like a product and I'm happy with it. I'm not just saying that because I got the product for free. So just like this portable air conditioner video I'm doing, I think it has promise, but I haven't tested it enough to say you should go out and buy it. And to be honest, I think it's very expensive. So I don't know if I would recommend it to my normal viewers, but hey, maybe there's some people out there that are looking for something like this and it's within their budget. And so maybe the review will be helpful to them. All right, time for me to get off my soapbox. I'm done. I just wanted to clear the air in that particular area. All right, so let's get back to the cabin. Well, goodbye, tiny cabin. I will see you in a couple days for the opening of the Minnesota 2022 whitetail deer season. We will see you soon.